Welcome to A Girl's Guide to, the podcast designed to help generations of women enhance their minds, love their bodies, and heal their souls. I'm your host, Michaela, a girl navigating life and helping you do the same. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. Let's dive in. Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of A Girl's Guide to, and happy Monday, I think, is when you're going to get this. Yes, I am a little off. I'm feeling a little weird because it's been a long time, or it feels like it's been a long time since I sat here with my whole podcast setup. I got some new equipment since the last time I filmed, so that's exciting as well. But yes, it's been a little while, and I didn't want to scare you thinking that A Girl's Guide to was no longer, because it is here to stay and slay, as I say. Ooh, okay, Dr. Seuss who. But yeah, I am really excited to get back into producing these episodes for you. I think moving forward, I'm going to take 1 week off of each month to prepare and then give out 3 episodes each month. I don't know. We're kind of testing it out. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm doing in March. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm managing a lot of different platforms and want to produce a ton of content on Instagram and TikTok on my main page, and then here for A Girl's Guide to, and a couple other things that I do as well, because you know me, I'm just crazy and do a million and one things. So I'm working on finding a balance. I'm working on finding what works best for me. And that kind of brings me to today's topic, which is about focusing on you and limiting your screen time in order to do that. So, over the last few years, I feel like social media has been the biggest reason for why I have been confused about what it is that I want to do with my life. And I shared this about a week ago on my Instagram, but I want to dive a little deeper into it. I'm actually going to pull up what it is that I shared just so I can kind of read it word for word. But essentially, I was having a moment where I was reflecting on what is it that I really want to do this year? And more importantly, who is it that I want to be? Okay. I think that we get lost in the question of what do I want to do with my life? What career choice do I want to have? When in reality, I think what we're really chasing after, or what I guess we shouldn't chase, but what we should be attracting, what we should be manifesting is this higher being that we want to evolve into. It's not necessarily, I've kind of figured this out on my own, or just like through my experiences. Life is not necessarily about what we want to do with our time on this earth, but more so who it is that we want to be in this lifetime. And I think through focusing on who it is you want to be, you will attract the people and the opportunities and the things into your life that lead you to what you're meant to do. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense to you. I feel like it makes sense to me. But let me see. Oh, I guess I didn't add it to my highlight reel. So let's just scroll through real quick because I want to find this. Okay, so it's pretty long, but I'm not going to read everything word for word. So this is what I said, okay? I said that as much as I love social media, and of course all of you and all of the connections that it has brought me, I do believe that it's the biggest reason why we feel so confused about what we want for ourselves. And I think about all the times that I have been scrolling and looking at other people's lives, consuming other people's lives, and I see bits and pieces, not pizzas, right? Because social media is a highlight reel essentially. And I've looked at that person, or their video or whatever, and I've thought, you know, wow, I want that too. I want that for myself. But what I've come to realize is I think we're just inspired by these people. I don't necessarily believe that we want to be them, or we want to have the things that they have. We're just inspired to see other people, young people especially around our age, be successful. It's inspiring, right? But it can get confusing and the line can get a little blurry as far as, if that's actually what we want for ourselves, or once again, if we're just inspired. And then I kind of just went a little bit into, my truth, which is that over the last 6 years of being on social media, I have wanted to live the influencer lifestyle. And sometimes I feel cringy saying that, or I feel like just icky because I think that there has been a negative connotation placed around influencing, and rightfully so, because some influencers have unfortunately set that precedent for all influencers. But there are some really wonderful content creators and influencers out there who are truly making a difference. And I hope to be one of them. And that's really the goal. That's really my passion. But over the last 6 years, I have kind of just been clouded by all of these other people and all these things that they're doing, that I've lost sense of that original goal. I've lost sense of self, I think. And maybe you're feeling this way too, which is why I do encourage you to make it a priority this year to limit screen time. But over the last few years, I've done a lot of different things with my content. I started as a health and wellness coach, and then I started working with Monat, the beauty brand, and then I started doing travel content. And throughout all of that time, I never felt fully fulfilled. I knew that. I knew that at the core, I was happy with what I was doing because it revolved around creating content and sharing my life and connecting with you. But I knew that what I was sharing and who I wasn't really me. It wasn't authentic. I have always been the lifestyle content girly. I've always been the kid with the vlog camera going around family parties and producing home movies and music videos with my siblings. And that is who I am. I am a family person. I'm so many things. That's the thing, okay? I am so many things. You are so many things. And to try and box ourselves in, it's going to do more harm than it is good. And that is what I'm realizing this year. I've spent the last 6 years online trying to find my niche, trying to box myself in and say, this is what I'm about, when in reality, I am the niche. You are your niche in your life. You are the main character in your life. I'm the main character in my life. And all the things that we are, all of the parts of us that make us who we are, that is what I want to share. And I feel like I'm not making sense. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling, but let me just continue reading this. So I said, I lost sight of that original passion and goal because she's so successful as an online coach. I bet I could do that too. I like beauty, so starting a hair care business could work. If she's doing it, why can't I? Oh, she makes travel content look so cool. Maybe that's my calling. Well, she has a podcast and I love talking, so maybe I should start one too. It has always been about her and not me. And her is a loose term, right? It's just her, as in all the other women that I have consumed content from. It's always been about what they're doing with their lives and how they are successful and how they got there. And I kind of take on their goals and their visions as my own, when in reality, they're not. And so I continue to say, am I making sense? um, but all of this to say that if I were given the chance to do one thing differently from the start, it would be to consume so much less and to stay true to who I am at my core. The girl who won Most Likely to Brighten Your Day in high school and literally feels like her purpose in life is to just make people smile. Lifestyle content has always been my thing since I was a little girl, as I just explained. I feel like I have been a chaotic mess and I haven't stuck to anything because I'm so focused on how other people are creating their dream lives rather than planning out how I want to create mine and what that even looks like. So, that is what was on my mind the other day, or last week, I should say. And I'm continuing to move through life with that mindset of who do I want to be? Who am I at my core? And I encourage you to do the same, right? That's why I share these conversations, or these realizations, I should say, with you, is because as I'm moving through it, I hope to inspire you to do it as well. Because I know that we all struggle with comparison and with imposter syndrome and with consuming so much of other people's lives, that I feel like we're all confused as to who it is that we are and who it is that we want to be. So in 2024, I want you to put the phone down. I want you to shut the screen off. I want you to pick up your journal, and I want you to write, and I want you to connect with yourself. I want you to meditate. I want you to just do the inner work. Who is it that you truly want to be? And if you are not living a life that is true to you and your authentic self, then this is your sign. This is, I mean, now is the perfect time, right? There is no real perfect time, but why keep waiting to create a reality for yourself that you know is better than the one you're currently living, that you know is true to the person you actually want to be? I think that social media is wonderful, and it has given me so many opportunities, and it has led me to meet amazing individuals, and I love it. Social media is where I belong, I believe. But there are a lot of negatives to being online as well, especially if you are just simply a consumer. You have to be very careful with what it is that you are consuming, and make sure that you are controlling your algorithm as best as you can, and spend less time on the phone, spend less time on the screens, and less time looking at what everybody else is doing, and more time diving deep into you and what it is that you really want and who it is that you want to be. I feel like I'm just going in circles now. So I'm going to end that episode here. But I just think the overall message here is you have the answers within yourself. You just have to give yourself the space and the time to reveal the answers. The answers of who do I want to be, or what do I want for myself, or what career path should I take, the answers you're looking for are not within the lives of other people. They are within yourself. They are within your relationship with your higher power. Connect with God, connect with the universe, your angels, whoever it is. That is how you are going to be able to navigate this next chapter of your life, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you're feeling called to do. But we need to remember that I don't know. Yeah, that's that. We just need to spend more time with ourselves and less time focusing on what everybody else is doing. And I think that's that, because I'm just going to keep going in circles. I didn't really come prepared for this episode, as you may be able to tell, because sometimes I just need to start like rambling and getting it out, especially when it's been a while since I sat in front of the camera. But hopefully, you were able to take something away from this. And please let me know. Send me a message, leave a comment, share it with somebody who may need to hear it. Of course, I appreciate any love and support that you can give to the show, but sharing it is really the best way for us to grow and reach more people who need to hear our messages. So I just thank you so much for being patient with me and being here on this journey, especially if you are someone like, I obviously love all of you, no matter how long you have been in my community for. But for those of you who have stuck with me since the very, very beginning, I cannot express how grateful I am, because I know how crazy I look from the outside looking in. It's as crazy as it seems. Like, I just have been chaotic, but I really believe that this is why. It's because I've been letting the lives of other people control what I do with my life, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm staying true to who I am. I'm producing the content that I want to produce, and I'm focusing on just becoming the person I want to be, not chasing after things that I want, but becoming who I want to be and allowing those opportunities to be attracted into my life. And I hope that you do the same. So I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of A Girl's Guide to, and I will see you next week for another episode. Bye.